Do
Did I
what?
show you my Snoopy dogs, Lamar?
Do what?
Did I show you my Snoopy dogs?
No.
Just a minute.
He does everything.
Bob, you trying to compete with me, Bob?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I got,
Big little doghouse. Oh my God! Look at this. Is that fabric?
yeah. And then I'm going to mount this on it right in his nose,
Okay.
and it'll be a wind
Yeah.
tunnel.
Yeah.
And I've ordered from an equipment company 12 oil quarter-inch diameter ID 3/8 OD. It's called an oil-alike bushing.
Uh-huh.
It's a piece of bronze
Bushing.
that's impregnated with a special oil lubricant that
Yeah.
never leaves the metal.
Ooh.
It'll never rust, and it'll always rotate. And I'll put a quarter-inch shaft in it and a quarter-inch in another block underneath, and it can turn into wind, whatever.
Bob, you just the person I need to talk to. I have a large pintail wind vane out of copper.
Yep.
And I just bought I found the top of it at an antique shop. It doesn't have the bushing and all that it sits into.
Yeah.
I need to find something like that bushing you're talking about, to mount that into so it will turn with the wind.
I tell you what, go to website McMaster Car, a dash between the McMaster and car,
Uh-huh.
and look at oil-alike bushings.
Is that Kerr or CAR?
CARR is the last.
Oh, car. Okay.
And the oil-alike bushings, they come from a 1/16 of an inch in diameter, the ID, up to 3 inches in diameter.
Mine's about a 1/2 inch, I think.
Like I said, you get it any diameter you want. And you
Is
can
that capital M, little c?
MC Master dash car, CARR.
You said KARR?
CARR.
CARR, okay.
They're all over. They have I think here we get all our stuff out of Atlanta. They have a warehouse in Hackensack, not Hackensack,
Okay.
in New Jersey. The one in New Jersey covers 105 acres, but the one in Elgin, Illinois is 250 acres under
Good
one
Lord.
roof.
I knew you the person I need to talk to.
But yeah, they have all types of bushings. You can get oil-alike, you can get bronze.
Yeah, okay. I'll find something I just put into a post and stick my wind vane on it.
Yep.
Uh,
That's what I'm doing, because the thing of it is, when I use the oil-alike, on the very bottom of it, a 1/16 of an inch thick, Lamar,
uh-huh.
it's got a 3/4 by 1/16 inch flat bushing that sets there. So the two bushings will set on each other.
Yeah.
They'll never corrode, and they'll always rotate easy.
Yeah, I started to get some PVC or something like that and put a lubricant between them. I just never got around to doing it because I wasn't sure to work.
I love using the oil-alike bushings because
Oh yeah, that's just what you need.
yep, when they're in the weather, it's a beautiful thing.
You never did see. I never did show you the whole cartoon that the Snoopy and all of his little birds.
Not all of them.
I made 2 whole sets of those things with every character in the comics.
You need to make them the same. Oh, now make a batch the same size as those.
Called
That's
the
Snoopy.
pandemic cartoons.
Now I had a neighbor in Tallahassee that took plywood and made cutouts about in proportion to your Snoopy. Then she made Lucy and all the rest of the characters in proportion. They were about 4 feet tall, and painted them. She had for Christmas. ornaments in the front yard.
Oh my God.
And that way, they made the newspapers.
What I did, Lamar, was when I bought these pinwheels,
Yeah.
went on a couple of different websites looking for them and ended up getting them from Amazon. And I thought they would never ship them to me. It took them 4 weeks to get them. But the reason I got them was they had these pins shaped like that. And they're made out of graphite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them off right here. And that's 5/16 of an inch in diameter. And I'll drill 32nd over 5/16 right into end of Snoopy's nose.
Yeah.
And I'll epoxy that into his nose. And
when I was a kid, I guess I was 8 or 10 years old. My dad, one summer, he was a farmer, and in South Florida, you farm in the winter, so your whole summers are free. And my dad started making whirly jigs one summer. God, he must have made 50 of them. He had them, pumping wells and sawing lumber, and he had those things. We had a yard full of those things, and he finally gave to everybody in the neighborhood. We had a neighborhood full of whirly jigs.
I got three sons, with each of them's got grandkids, and I'm gonna give each of them 2 of them.
Yeah.
And
my dad did the whole our side of town, I think, one summer. I mean, everybody had whirly jigs.
The one in Montana and the boy in Wake County both have mailboxes. So I'm gonna fix it. I got to dimension the top of their box, and I got a piece of chestnut, 4x4 chestnut, and I'm making a piece to just sit right on the top of their mailbox that shapes the size of the mailbox. They can drill a hole in it from the bottom.
Yeah.
And secure it. I went online. I went in my. You ever heard of it's a book called The World of Wood. It's written by a professor at University of Connecticut. And it gives you every tensile strength, compression strength, angles of every type of wood that's native to.
I think I saw it in the library one time, though, when I was looking back when I was doing woodworking.
Yeah.
I never did buy that book.
But anyway, I looked up in it, what is the best woods for resisting water? Cypress was number 1.
Yeah, cypress.
Then there's redwood, then cedar.
Yeah.
White cedar. And the 4th one was chestnut. And I got a slew of chestnut.
That's hard to come by, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's called white.
So that's what these are made out of, chestnut.
Yeah. I think chestnut's also called white walnut.
Yeah.
Because it's just lighter color.
Yeah,
I got that up there to Oxford, North Carolina, at a state sale.
Yeah.
You guys, I think I'm going to start a session on woodworking.
I just enjoy working with wood.
Listen, I can't complain. I veered off into the dark side myself a little bit. I'm still working on it, but
yeah, it looks good.
That's coming out nice, man.
This part right here, right now. This is my kid. The kid that I was working with. This is his.
Yeah, that's his.
I've put 2 coats of sealer on it, but I found a little mistake you made. You can't see it now because I've sanded it out right there.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to fix that, and then I'm putting another coat of sealer over that.
Yeah, you hadn't quite got their edge all the way out.
Yeah, and then I'm going to stain it.
Is he going to make that yellow like it was in the picture, Vic?
No, there's no color in it. It's just going to be natural stain. Brie wax. It's going to take some natural brie wax and put it in a container and take some of the liquidy part of the teak can and just tin it and stir it up real good to get a light teak color.
Yeah, he's got a little air. He's got a little air on the top roof too.
I can take that gold, I think.
Like we're right where the two roofs go together.
But whatever. I mean, I think he did a
The light
great
should
job.
have shot on it.
He's an
He
architect.
did do a good job on that.
He wants to be an architect, so I think he's got a good start.
Yeah.
I picked me up about a peck of walnuts yesterday.
Will make your own stain.
I brought them up to the shop and I put them in I dumped them in a 5-gallon bucket. And I'm going to let them sit there, and then I'll get my rubber gloves out and peel all the shells off. And then make some stain out of it, whatever comes out of it.
Yeah. You know, when I first started carving, I did everything. But I mainly started with relief carving. And my dad was a woodworker. So I learned a lot about what Bob talks about.
Yeah.
From my dad, because he had a shed out back. And he made a lot of things. And he was also, did some relief carving. And he made a lot of coffee tables for the family. And mahogany tables. And beautiful border around them. And what he did was made a box in the center and he could set down a carving.
Yeah.
Relief carving. And he had it rabbit around all the way around the edge of the framing.
We can set glass on top.
So you can put glass on top.
Yeah.
And he carved bird dogs.
Yeah.
And you've seen the one in my shop. That was one about half finished that he had done, and that's the only one I could find. He gave them all away, and I don't know where they got to, but they're beautiful tables. And I watched him do stuff like that and do silhouettes of quail flying and ducks flying and all those things. And he was a counselor for woodworking and wood carving merit badge. And of course, I had those. One of the first merit badges I ever got. But that was, we did a lot of nectar slides together because he was big in scouting and went to a lot of camperoles, and camporees all over the country, especially around the eastern part, and Philmont and all those places. And so we traded, we traded vector slides. We'd carve them and make a double, make two of them at the same time.
Yeah.
So we could trade them for different ones. So I had a couple of cigar boxes full of nectar slides.
Yeah.
That's kind of like baseball cards. You wish you had them back.
Yeah.
But they're gone. They're gone forever. I don't know where the hell they are.
I used to go to summer camp with the kids.
Yeah.
When the boys went into camping, I went and took the wood badge training course. I figured if I was going to be a scout leader, I need to have learn something about it, because I was never a scout. And so I took the wood badge training course. And that's probably one of the best management courses I've ever taken, Lamar. You talk about the need to learn to work as a team.
Teamwork.
It never dawned on me how big a team was till I took that course.
That used to be a big issue in scouting. I mean,
Oh yes.
work as a patrol, as a group. Yeah.
Well, I was a scout master for years, an assistant scout master, and I kind of lost interest when everybody got a ribbon. Everybody could be first, you know. When you go to the jamborees and all, they quit having a winner. That's when I kind of started losing interest in it, because everybody can't be number one, but they got this philosophy in there where everybody can be number one. You know, there's no winners.
Give everybody a blue ribbon, it don't mean that.
Everybody got a blue ribbon, so it didn't mean anything.
I agree with that.
I agree with
I
you.
don't think everybody can have a blue ribbon.
You have to have something, a goal for each
That's
one.
right. Otherwise, you got the same
And you
thing
need
that
to
the
make
young guy worked twice as long
You
for.
need to set the bar high, because that's how we get this country has gotten somewhere.